Hi folks, welcome back to the shop. Today I want to talk about a couple of Olight flashlights, the Arkfeld flashlight. Now I have two here that Olight sent me. One of them is has a laser in it on the dial. The other one is the UV version of the flashlight. I'm going to show you the differences between the two lights. Here's a quick look at the back. You can see the specifications here in the table. You can freeze that and compare. Very similar, but you can check out the differences there. Both are 1,000 lumen flashlights on turbo. Of course, excellent packaging like everything from Olight. Now, right now Olight has a sale going on. I'll have links in the description. They have, and there'll be a coupon code with 10% off. So here they are, right? I'm going to start with the laser flashlight. You can see there's a dial here on the front where you can switch to either laser or flashlight. And the laser's right here on the tip. It's a green laser. Kind of a laser pointer is what it is. So right there is the laser pointer, and of course that's the light. Tells you it's a laser right here on the side. You can see it's got a pocket clip. We'll talk about that in a minute. So if I turn this flashlight on, you see I get the indicators here that show what the battery level is real quick, and then they go off. And of course the flashlight's on. And if I switch it over to laser, it starts projecting out the laser. You can see the laser pointing here on the box over here. And you can see how that works, right? Very handy, and it's interesting to me that you can go from laser pointer to flashlight. I could see that being really handy, kind of a neat concept that they have there. So nice flashlight in its own right, really like it. But you know, what are the, and if you double tap, I think the button, of course you get, we'll go back to the light, but if we get the light on, you double tap, yeah, you get turbo, which is 1,000 lumens, you know, limited light output. Because the blue button is how you turn it off and on, and you can hold the button down to cycle through the modes, right? Low, medium, high, low, medium, high. You can see it cycling. You can stop where you want. I think the default is medium if you just sort of let the light set for a while and turn it on. If I hold it down, of course it goes into its ultra low mode. Yeah, ultra low mode there. You can see the light's much dimmer. Of course they call that moon mode, and that's one of those items on the back of the box there. So most Olight flashlights work like that. Hold the button down, get the moonlight mode. You can turn it off. It'll come back to it. After a certain amount of time, it won't go back to moon mode. It'll go back to medium. But if I get it in moon mode, hold the button down, of course it goes through the modes, right? And if I double tap, back to turbo. So that's how the interface works in general with this blue button on the flashlight. Tail, of course, has a magnetic piece that's designed to go with the Olight charger. I can show here the charger clips right to the flashlight, illuminates either red or green if it needs to be charged. Not only does the charger mount to the light, you can also mount the light to anything that's metallic to use the light sort of as a work light, right? So that's also nice as well. So both the flashlights can do that, like most Olight flashlights. So they also have this UV flashlight. And, you know, for me, I thought the laser pointer would be kind of handy, but what's interesting about this UV flashlight is I think it's a better form factor. You'll notice on the sides, it's got some knurling on it right here that's not on the laser flashlight. But the biggest difference is in the tail piece here. On the tail of the flashlight, you can see that it's smaller. I'm just going to try to think of the best way here to show you. Put them side by side, you can see here that the UV version has a smaller end piece, and it has a deep carry pocket clip. So one of the drawbacks I see with the laser version, you know, that I've noticed is when you put this in your pocket, part of this is extended out of your pocket because it can only go as deep as this clip will allow you to go, right? So you can see that right there. So that's where it's going to hit the edge of the pant pocket. Whereas with the deep carry clip, put it right over top here, and you can see that you can go much further. So it can be completely you know, deep into your pocket without this piece here extending out, right? So I like the clip much better. It's also, you know, there's not much of a size difference between this portion of the flashlight and where the charging base is. So if I had to pick a flashlight purely on ergonomics and design and how well it fits in the pocket, well, I'd pick the UV version. And what's the difference in the UV version? Well, you can turn the light on as well. I'm going to put it in moon mode, hold the button down. There it is in moon mode. Flip over to UV, it gives you a UV light or ultraviolet light, right? Of course, that's known for picking up material that glows, colors that glow. you can see certain colors stand out. If something's, so it can be handy for different things you're working on. You know, I kind of wish, well, I know I'd like to have this laser version of the Arkfeld flashlight, you know, in the same form factor as this one, because, you know, as small as a difference as it seems on this tailpiece, it does make a difference, you know, that you can, you know, have this magnetic charger, but also just the fact that it's smaller. I mean, you put it in your pocket, it feels better in the hand too, because it's not as big at the bottom, you know, and it feels lighter. So, you know, and of course it's also a reverse pocket clip as well. If you're, you know, familiar with Olight, you can clip it this way, or you can pick up this tab here and clip it the other way. So you could use this as a hat light in a pinch. Now it'd be kind of heavy, but nice that you have that ability to use it as a hat light as well. So to me, this is, you know, the most versatile of these two flashlights. So like I said, I'd like to have the form factor of this UV version of the Arkfeld with the laser pointer in it, because I do find that the laser could be, you know, or is very handy to point something out and then kick back to the flashlight. If you need it back to the laser, just see that being very handy. Probably something for most people a little more handier than the UV light, of course. But anyway, both great flashlights. Function and operate, you know, pretty much the same otherwise. Quick look at the head here. You might want to look at the differences there. You can see, or the lens, check out the lens difference there. So there is some subtle differences there. I think they're about the same size when you know, put them head to head. All the other dimensions seem roughly the same. If I had to say one was slightly smaller, I'd say it's the UV version. But there's a look at the lens. Here's a look at the tailpiece there. You want to compare, you know, what the differences are there. You can see it's quite a bit of difference. And the UV is, you know, considerably smaller on the end. There is a laser, you know, they tell you it's a laser here on the side of the laser version there, but you don't have it here. It's probably just a warning that it's, I'm guessing that's a class 1 laser, that so people know that, you know, you don't want to be shining at people's eyes or anything. Yeah, the numbers here on the bottom for each flashlight. But at the top there, it tells you the, I think that's the Kelvin there, right? So this is a 6700K, for both of these lights. These are both cool white. You can get it in, I think, a natural light as well if you wanted to. I like cool white, so that's why I got it in those versions. Let's see if we can show you here. Here's a quick comparison of the clips and how they look, you know, from the back side. You can check that out. So anyway, just a quick look at those flashlights. I think they're very handy. Nice light. I like, you know, the idea I think from Olight is that this flatter version of a flashlight, you know, fits in your pocket better versus you know, a regular round flashlight. So you more of a form factor that fits in the pocket well. And like I said, I think with the pocket clip on the UV light, it's tops if you're looking to store it in your pocket. So with that said, folks, like please let me know what you think of these lights. Which one do you like better, the laser or the UV? Would you find a use for these lights? And of course, like I said, there'll be links to each of these products in the description. And please remember to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.